Welcome back to another edition of the Futbol Forever podcast, a podcast where we talk about the LigaMX and everything going on around Mexican football. And what's going on right now, the World Cup. Mexico defeats Korea 2-1, and we thought it. We dreamed of it. We felt it. It was in our fingertips. We thought it was in the bag. Sweden was getting the result that we needed, a draw versus Germany. And in the final minute, in the final seconds of the match, the Germans, Toni Kroos with a hell of a golazo, a free kick golazo, gives Germany the victory. And now Group F is up for grabs. Mexico has nothing solidified. It's all going to come down to our last match versus Sweden. But our destiny is in our hands, boys. So although I was hoping Sweden would pick up that draw, because that would have qualified us to the knockout stages already. You had to believe that Germany was not going to lose or draw this game, and Sweden was so close. But I said it in the last podcast. I'm expecting the Germans to win. I'm expecting the Germans to defeat Korea by maybe a ton of goals. Mexico has to win or at least draw. A draw is enough. A draw against Sweden in our last match of the group stage is enough for Mexico to advance as first of the group. Our destiny is in our hands, and I'm confident that El Tri knows this and will come out swinging in our last match against Sweden, because the Swedes are gonna die on the line. It's now or never. It's do or die for them. This is it, man. It's all coming down to this last match. This group is crazy. Now, before I started recording this, I was going to go over the possible scenarios. If Mexico losing 1-0 to Sweden in our last match, that means Mexico gets third place. We're out of the group. If Mexico, loses 2-1, it's a three-way tie and we're going to fair play points. All this stuff, man, I'm not going to. So many different factors affect each outcome that I'm not even going to do that to you because it's killing me right now. Let's just settle on El Tri has to pick up a draw or win. Preferably win. Why the hell not? Let's go in there, play our best football, do what we've been doing, hopefully improve just a little bit from what we showcased against Korea, and we'll be okay. I was going to go over all these outcomes and scenarios. Man, let's not do that. You're going to hear about this the entire week. Believe me, you're going to get it from experts. You're going to get it from, people that are way better at this than me. So you don't need me telling you what outcome Mexico favors Mexico. You know what outcome favors Mexico? A freaking win or a draw, at least, at the very least. But let's go for the win. Why the hell not? Man, I'm getting upset because I was like, I got to figure out the outcomes and this and that. It's like, nah, man, you know what? I'm not going to do this. We're going to hear it at nauseum for the rest of the week. You guys will be okay. You'll be covered by experts, and I don't want to give you any false information about what outcome, what needs to happen for El Tri to advance. We just need a win, man. We need to pick up a draw. We need to not lose against Sweden in the last match. That's enough said. Anyway, man, let's get into, I was gonna say the analysis, but really my reactions, my thoughts, my feelings on the Korea match. Hey, man, at the start, it was a little bit like I expected. Korea was solid, man. Solid defensively. Mexico could not break through. We were not getting any clean plays. And Korea, they showed it, man. They're dangerous on the counter, man. Those long balls, that's how they were catching some of our defense, especially Carlos Salcedo. They were catching them a bit off guard. They were catching them a little bit out of position, and they were generating certain dangerous plays. But Mexico kept playing their game. They kept passing, and in one of those, we were crossing the ball. What was that? The tackle, it was a slide tackle from the Korean defender. He had his hand up in the air. The ball hits his hand. Penalty. Carlitos Vela gets on the score sheet. Man, Carlos Vela, I was going to leave this for later on in the podcast to discuss it, but Carlos Vela, in my opinion, is the man of the match, man. Carlos Vela played a hell of a match. I was looking forward to, when I saw the lineup, when I saw Juan Carlos Osorio only made one change, I was hyped because I was thinking Osorio was either going to take out Herrera or he was going to take out Guardado, but instead he took out Hugo Ayala and placed Salcedo in his position, then slid Edson Alvarez into the right back position. But anyway, I was hoping that Osorio did not pull Hector Herrera from the starting lineup. He didn't, but Hector Herrera had a lackluster performance. And that's where Vela stepped up to the plate and he delivered, man. He delivered. He was, rotating the ball. He was moving it around cleanly. He was always kept the Korean defense on their toes. He kept them off balance. When he received the ball with his back turned to the defenders, they didn't know if it was going to go left or right, man. They kept fouling Vela. They kept fouling Chucky Lozano as well. Tons of fouls. I think it was 28 fouls or 24 fouls for the Korean team, only 7 for Mexico. So, I mean, a ton of fouls, a ton of yellow cards for Korea. But I really, really enjoyed Carlos Vela's performance. I think he was the man of the match. Also, Chicharito is up there. I think Chicha had a fantastic match. He continues to prove why Osorio gives him that vote of confidence. I was happy to see him score because he deserved it, man. After the last match, he had a few opportunities against Germany that he didn't look his best. I guess you can say he didn't take the shot in the first half. He had a great opportunity against Germany in the first half, and he did not even take the shot. In this chance, when Irving Lozano gives him the ball on that second goal, the ball falls to his left foot, but this time he knew, hey man, this is my weak foot. I need to get it on my right foot. With the fake shot, he got rid of the defender, and then that right-footed finish was just perfect. So good stuff from Chicha. He could also, I guess, be classified as the man of the match. I know Budweiser, he was the official Budweiser man of the match. But in my opinion, Vela, he was the best man on the pitch today. Like I said, lackluster performance by Herrera. He was, I don't mean to say he was bad, he did his job well, but the game against Germany, it was going to be very, very difficult for him to top that because I named him as my man of the match for the Germany match. So, anyway, man, the El Tri in the first half was constantly looking for El Chucky Lozano, but El Chucky, if you notice, he always had 2 to 3 defenders. In the first half, he had a great chance where he was surrounded by 3 defenders. He was still able to create space somehow, take the shot with his right foot, but it went way over the bar. El Chucky was covered at all times until the second half for Korea. It was very, very evident that they were gassed, man. They were tired. Tons of space, and they were also desperate. Mexico was winning the game at that point. They needed a win. Korea couldn't lose this match. They started pushing forward or trying to push forward a little bit more, so that created space. And Mexico, on the counter, was able to kill him with a Chucky Lozano assist to El Chicharito Hernandez, as you heard me mention earlier. So, overall, good performance from El Tri. I would like to say great performance, but that goal that Mexico conceded in the final minutes of the game could prove to be key, could prove to be extremely important because Mexico right now has a +2 point differential or goal differential. 6 points +2. They're at the top of the group. But that last goal, man, if you could have just not conceded that, Mexico would have a +3 goal differential and we might be out of reach. But right now, maybe you lose to Sweden 1-0 and that gets you out. So I would love to say great performance, but that last one is going to bother me all week until we play Sweden and until we find out the outcome. That goal that Mexico conceded, it was a golazo, by the way. It was a golazo from Son. Golazo right out of Memo's reach. But it's going to bother me, man. It's going to bother me. It's going to be like a little tiny pebble, a little rock in my shoe. But I'll try to shake it off because like I said earlier, man, I need to stop worrying about, hey, man, what are the outcomes? What if we lose to Sweden? How about El Tri just goes out there, plays their game, and defeats Sweden or picks up the draw, whatever you want to do. Let's hope for the win. But That's what I'm gonna try to hone in and focus on, man, because I sincerely do believe Mexico is a better team than Sweden, but Mexico, has to show up. They have to play their game. They have to play the way we know they can play. They have to show the same intensity they did against Germany, because Sweden is gonna die, man. Sweden is gonna die on the line. They're gonna die trying, and they're gonna go all in on this game. So Mexico has to do just that, and I think we'll be okay. We definitely do need more from Guardado. We need more from Herrera. I think the defense so far has been good. One thing I do need to talk about, and this is, this applies to the first match against Germany, and it applies to this match against Korea. I have not liked the substitutions, man, and not even the names, who Juan Carlos Osorio is bringing off the bench. I haven't liked the way the subs have integrated into the match. Like, they just have done nothing. They really have not made a difference in neither the Germany match or the Korea match. In this match against Korea, he brought in Rafa Marquez, who made a mistake that could have cost Mexico. Can you believe? Oh my goodness, I don't even want to think about it. If that ended up in a goal, Mexico, draws 2-2. That would have been insane. But anyway, Rafa Marquez comes off the bench. He had a crazy, a pass that he passed back to Memo that he almost screwed up on. So that wasn't very good. Tecatito Corona, I had been pleading and wishing that Tecatito would get some game time against Korea. Tecatito comes off the bench. He had 20 minutes to do something. He did absolutely nothing. He had a couple errant passes. So not a good game from Tecatito Corona off the bench. Giovanni Dos Santos got some minutes. His debut in this World Cup. Gio Dos Santos did absolutely nothing. So I haven't liked not just the names, because that's not it. It's just the way the subs are coming off the bench. It seems like they can't match the intensity of the starting players. They come in and they just look lackluster. It happened to Raúl Jimenez in the first match against Germany. He came off the bench and he had I just feel like he didn't have a good game. In this match, Raúl didn't get any minutes, but Rafa comes off the bench. He makes a mistake that almost cost Mexico a goal. Thanks to Ochoa, that didn't happen. But I just don't like the substitutions, and at some point, that's going to have to change. It has to be, hopefully in this next match against Sweden, we need the subs to make a difference and to give El Tri something else, because right now we're pulling players from the field and the people coming in are just adding nothing. If anything, they're subtracting a little bit. It hasn't cost us yet, but it almost did with that Rafa pass to Ochoa. Man, hopefully let's hope that changes, man, and let's hope Juan Carlos Osorio, I'm sure he is making that a point of focus and making sure that the guys know that cannot happen anymore, because if it doesn't cost you right now, which it surely will against Sweden, it's going to be a crazy match. You probably need your subs. You're probably going to need your subs to do something. That's what they're there to do. If it doesn't cost you now in the group stage, it's going to cost you in the knockout rounds if we get there. I'm sure we'll get there. Sure. Yeah. Positivity. Let's do this. But yeah, man, that's got to be fixed. That's got to be addressed. And I'm sure JCO, Juan Carlos Osorio is on it, man. I'm sure he's on it. So as we expected, our Group F is crazy. You have Germany, you have Sweden, you have Mexico. Even Korea, I think, still has the possibility of advancing somehow. They would have to defeat Germany, and then goal difference would matter and all this stuff. And the Mexico versus Sweden match would matter. But I think all four teams have the possibility of advancing. Maybe Korea doesn't. I don't know. Again, it's insane right now to figure out all the different outcomes and scenarios and what each team needs and what each result would get one team or the other. It's insane, but it was expected. This is really, really different from Argentina's group, who, Argentina with 1 point still has a chance to qualify. Mexico with 6 points still has the possibility of getting, knocked out and having to go home. So crazy stuff, but these are the cards we were dealt with, and don't worry, we won't have to wait long to the next match. We won't have to wait long to find out what happens. Mexico versus Sweden, Wednesday, June 27th. Man, That I love that, man. I love we don't have to wait a full damn week for this to happen. I'm excited for Wednesday, man. I'm gonna have some videos out, discussing the match, my expectations. Maybe we'll get another interview from Juan Carlos Osorio during the week, although I doubt it. But maybe we could pick up on what potential lineup changes, if any, we're going to have for this match. I mean, if Mexico had to change the lineup, should they even change the lineup? If you ask me right now, I don't even know. I would like to see Marco Fabian get some playing time. I know he's been playing pretty all right in the Bundesliga, but I'm not sure, man. I like the lineup. This match against Korea only had one lineup change. It was Edson Alvarez coming in for Hugo Ayala, but I like the lineup. I didn't think I would be convinced by Layun as a right attacking mid or a right mid, but he's done it well. He's done it really, really well. And again, Layun is a player that gives you both offensively and defensively. Are there players on the bench that could probably give more offensively, that are more technical than Layun? Sure, there is, but those same players are not as good defensively. They don't have the same stamina that Layun has. So I don't know if Juan Carlos Osorio should make any changes to the lineup, but maybe he's gonna bring Raúl Jiménez off the bench because Raúl Jiménez is a bigger body, he's more physical, and we're gonna need that against the Swedish players. But honestly, I wouldn't mind the lineup staying just how it is. No more lineup changes. I wouldn't mind that whatsoever. These guys have proven they could play, and the whole thing about the subs not coming on well off the bench, it just has me a little worried that if we make some more changes to the lineup, it's not going to work out. We'll see what Juan Carlos Osorio ultimately decides, but it wouldn't surprise me if he went with the same lineup or made maybe 1 to 2 changes. Who the hell knows? We were going from non-stop rotaciones to he's keeping the same lineup with the exception of 1 to 2 players. It's hard to read Juan Carlos Osorio, man. But I want your feedback. Please let me know if you think Mexico should make any changes to the lineup, and if so, let me know who and why, man. Do you think maybe Jonathan Dos Santos should come off the bench? That would possibly give Hector Herrera a little bit more freedom offensively. I don't know, man. Let me know if you think, we need some lineup changes. Me personally, I don't think so, man. I don't think Mexico needs it. I don't think it would change much. I am pleased from what we're seeing. If you asked me this yesterday, I would probably tell you I would rather see Tecatito in the place of Layun, and I say that, and I'm hesitant to say that because I have been pleased by Layun's game. Maybe not, offensively 100%, although he always seems to be at the right place at the right time. But, I'm not 100% pleased offensively because I understand there's players that are sitting on the bench that probably have more tools on the offensive, but Layun has done it well, man. Defensively, he's been flawless, if you ask me. So if you asked me yesterday, Tecatito for Layun would have been my change. Today, I think I'll leave Layun, man. I'll leave Layun for the Sweden match. Anyway, those are just my 2 cents. I wouldn't make any changes to the lineup. I would give these 11 players, these starting 11 that we saw today, the full vote of confidence. Maybe he brings Ayala back into the back line as a center back, and then he slides Salcedo once again to the right back position. I wouldn't mind that either because Ayala did it well against Germany, but other than defensive changes here and there, I wouldn't mind these players staying on the pitch and not making any lineup changes. That wouldn't surprise me, and if Osorio comes out and does just that, keeps the same starting 11, I wouldn't mind one bit. So anyway, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. We didn't quite hit the 20-minute mark, but that's okay. I aim to make these podcasts, from 20 to 30 minutes. It depends. Sometimes it's tougher than others, but I feel like I've said everything I need to say. I'm excited for this Sweden match. It all comes down to this, and I am confident El Tri will show up and play, and we'll be all right. We're winning this group, baby. We're winning this group. And let's hope Brazil also wins their group, so we could avoid them and potentially face Switzerland or Serbia in the round of 16. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, let me know. Leave me your starting lineup, starting 11, your lineup changes for the Sweden match. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you guys on the next one. Futbol Forever out.